Hey, it is me, Maris, and I'm here in one of my sacred spaces, the Oklahoma City studio, and I hope everybody is having a most magically delicious day. I've got the Earth Warriors Oracle deck. It's by Alana Fairchild. I call it my Carlos Santana deck because, here, take a look at the box. Does that not look like the album cover of a Carlos Santana CD? Or a CD cover, album cover. I'm like, every time I look at this, I think of Carlos. I've got "You Gotta Quit Your Ways, Baby." Got Black Magic Woman playing, and a couple of other, little Rob Thomas singing some smooth. But I call them my Carlos Santana cards. So we're using the Carlos Santana cards on this Saturday, and we're just going to do an intuitive energy forecast. What's the energy? What's coming in? What do we got going on? What do we need to know about? Because, chance always favors a prepared mind. And when you are prepared, like a good Boy Scout, Girl Scout, that you can adapt and overcome any kind of obstacle that's in your path. Why I like looking at, I like intuitive readings, because then I can look at the energy that's there, and I can create my plan A, my plan B, my plan C for anything that's coming up. Okay, that one. Okay, got anything else for us? Carlos Santana cards. Okay, and no. I was thinking if that one fell or dropped out, I would pick that one up, but okay, and alright, let's put that one. Okay, and so we got several little cards here. Ooh, okay. And let's take a look at that. Well, actually, that first card is a little intense. So, let's smudge real quick. Okay, just got a little bit of that smoke going on here. So here's some smudge for you. Come on. Oops. There we go. Alright, so some smudge for you, and some smudge for me, and of course I love to smudge my mouth. Actually, I inhale it, I won't lie. Alright, so let's take a look at the first card, because I said this is a little bit on the intense energy coming in, and this is about justice being served. This is about justice being served. And so we see that owl, and in many cultures the owl means a message. And my husband is Wichita, and the Wichita Indians, that we honor the owl. The owl is a very important messenger and is giving you an important message. And some tribes will look at the owls as being a messenger of negative tidings or negative information, like someone's going to die, something to that effect. And we look at it in our tribe as something being very, very sacred. That it's a very important message. So we're looking at justice, legal, things to that effect, and a very important message coming through on this weekend. Okay, so very intense energy coming in. Now, the obstacle really isn't an obstacle per se, because this card here, which is the Chakana, Chakana, is in reference to being, and I'm going to say, because it's in an obstacle place, that you're going to be forced to have to look at it. You're going to be forced to have to address this issue that's coming through. So when we've got this very important something that is justice based. Now, justice doesn't always mean like a law, like the law or the courtroom justice. It can also mean justice as in spiritual justice, karma. Okay, so let's look at it from a karmic point of view, that karma comes to call. And in the second card, what we're looking at here is that you're going to have to address that karma that's coming up on your, and I'm going to say on your doorstep. Like, maybe not literally, but like metaphorically speaking, this karma is right there in front of you. It's right there face to face, and it is time for you to address that karma, address that situation. You don't like it. You don't want to do it. You don't really want to hear the truth. We talk about believing in truth and that we want the truth, but then when we start getting the truth, we don't want to hear the truth. And I'm going to put this aspect into it. A lot of times when people don't want to hear the truth, that's because the truth makes them feel real uncomfortable. And I'm going to use the word, you got a little guilt thing going on sometimes with that. So it's like, I don't even want you to bring that to the forefront because I'm going to have to confront it. And then I will have to recognize and acknowledge that, yeah, that's what happened, or yeah, that's what's happening. And it's really kind of uncomfortable. And that's the feeling that I get when I'm looking at this card. The sentiment in it is, I have to listen to the truth. I have to acknowledge the truth. I have to respect the truth. I just don't like hearing that truth. That's what makes it uncomfortable, is sitting there and hearing it and having to acknowledge it on another level. But sometimes truth can be things that we really don't want to talk about, or what we really don't want to confront. But this energy coming in, again, remember, is talking about our karmic, not so much our karmic debts, but our karmic involvements, our karmic transactions. And those karmic transactions are coming to a head, and you're going to have to acknowledge them, and you're going to have to work with them or work through them. And we don't always like doing that. We don't. No, that's kind of like admitting that we have a fault, and we don't want to admit that we have faults. Okay, so where does this lead us into? Well, it leads us into this very moment that is so pure in its origin, a given moment that is pure in its origin, and it takes us to that point of origin of where things begin. So this issue that's coming to the surface that we're going to have to take some karmic accountability for or with, actually takes us to a point of origin that, and I'm going to say it like this, that we actually will have the ability to modify the ramifications, modify that energy, fix that energy, fix that vibration. And we don't often get that opportunity to do that. So that opportunity comes up that we can go to that point of origin and fix the mess that we got ourselves into. The end result here, and the end result here has a lot to do with, it has a lot to do with the breakup, okay? So you kind of like cut some cords. It's not, okay, it's not a long term, but it lasts a long time. there is a schism or a separation or a division that occurs out of this, as we have this opportunity to go back to that point of origin and fix it. Sometimes, and what I'm picking up on here, that other person that's involved in this little karmic transaction is going to be the one walking away. And you know what? You're going to be okay. Sometimes we need to let go of things in order for things to truly change. And that's what this is about. It's about things that need to get fixed coming up to that surface. They're right in your face, and you will have no choice but to fix it. And not everybody that's involved is going to like the idea of fixing it. And that's okay. Because we're talking about you, and we're talking about your health and your wellness, body, mind, and spirit. And sometimes we just have to get rid of those things that have left us or keep us in a place of dis-ease. So I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and I hope to see you very soon.